we've talked a lot about starting locks. I feel like we've, gotten to a great foundation of what we need to do and how we need to get them started. But I see that a lot of people are still having an issue with the technique, especially the technique that I use, the single coil method. So what I wanted to do was give you guys a quick tutorial so that you can see up close and a slower view of how I do it, because I know that these fingers fly a million miles an hour, look like somebody that has roach legs and everything else. So what I want to do now is just go into a quick simplistic video just to show you how I start my locks and what I do, my part to lock ratio, because all of that is important going forward in the foundational aspect of getting this committed progressive hairstyle started. I didn't do the diamond parting and I didn't do the block parting. Pretty much I just want you guys to see that in different curl patterns and in different people, the individuality of the hair is very important in understanding how to get that started. I pretty much, before getting this done in the video, I just shampoo techniques and everything that goes along with that, conditioning, the whole nine. Some people I had to trim their ends, some people I did not. But for the most part, this young lady that I did use, she has a great curl pattern. It's very consistent, it's very strong, and the hair is at a decent length to where I can do different things with it, and we don't have to worry about the hair taking a long time to lock. Normally my locks take about 3 to 9 weeks to start a really good bud. After that bud, you're gonna come in every 3 weeks and just pretty much get a shampoo, get it clean, keep it healthy, keep it taken care of, because I am not one of those hairstylists that tell my clients don't wash your hair. I'm not one of those hairstylists that tell my clients to be nasty and just let your scalp and your body smell from something of that sort. If your locks come down in the middle of shampooing in the beginning phases, I feel like it is my job to go ahead and put them back. So it's not really an issue, especially if I was the one to administrate them in the first place. I can put them back without an issue in the second place. So that's really not a big deal to me. I have to make sure that hair is clean and moisturized, because that is one of the major effects that I see a lot of people are dealing with this day and age, where that scalp and those edges are breaking because people are not giving them the right information, or people are just worried about the holding aspect. Your hair will tangle whether it's moisturized, wet, or dry. So if it'll do so, then know that when you're trying to lock the hair up, that it'll take care of business at that point too. We're not at the Mayflower aspect of life anymore, so you don't have to just let the hair, sit and do all of these crazy things without shampooing. Another thing that I've seen that a lot of people are doing, they're putting a lot of the wax and they're telling people not to shampoo the wax out. Well, that's fine. Don't shampoo the wax out. But that one day that you do shampoo the wax out and see that wax was holding your lock together, and that was the only foundational aspect you had there, you will see that that'll be an issue too going forward, and that'll stop you from what you're doing, because that'll make your hair extremely weak. It won't take in oxygen, it won't take in moisturization. It will be extremely blocked with that level of wax that you have just put there. So then that will be an issue, a major issue. So again, I want to get back to the aspects of just showing you guys what we're doing, how we're doing it. There are no secrets to this, pretty much. Only thing I've used in this video tool-wise was the lock and curl, in which you see is in a spray form, 1-inch barber comb, as such. And we went in and we did what we had to do. This style format takes me about 30 minutes, 40 minutes to finish whole head, depending on how fast or how slow I'm going. And that's with a medium to a small size part to lock ratio. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this video so that you guys can see and get a full feel of what is happening. There are two major aspects that you didn't get to see in this video that I want you guys to understand. First is the consultation, consultating that client, making sure that you understand how that client wants their hair done, how they want the outcome to be. If they have pictures or anything, that's at that point you want to go ahead and see those things so that you can get as close to that desired look that they can achieve. Some people got bigger heads in the pictures that they find, and some people got bigger foreheads. So you have to accommodate and kind of balance that thing out just to make it work. Not saying that bigger foreheads is bad, because I got one of the big 19 damn heads myself. So if I got locks, I'm gonna want bangs or something. I gotta have my shit to cover up, because I can't be looking like that. But anyway, another thing that you guys did not see me do is you did not see me administer the lock and curl to the hair. You don't have to saturate it as much. This product works and goes a long way, so there really isn't that much you have to do. Pretty much, I spread about like that. That's a good amount. Get it in, wet the hair up real good, because the hair is still wet from the shampoo and conditioning anyway. So after that, that's when you want to go in and start the coiling format. You just go pretty much, in this video I use a C-parting. So I just grab the amount of hair, the desired size that I think will work for that size lock that she wants, working with her curl pattern, and we just start twisting and working with the hair as a team. That is the best thing to do. Palm rolling, braiding, interlocking from the beginning, I'm so against all of that because it's such a forced level of tension, or you making the parts different. You have a braided part versus a coil part. Those are two different things. Even a two-strand part is different from a regular coil part. So understand that you can do these things. I'm not saying that it's just horrible to do them. I'm just saying I prefer not to. I don't like it because it doesn't give me what I need, and I watch my locks progress a lot faster working with this other method. So it just works for me best. When doing your coil, please make sure that combing that hair on base versus off base is really important. Some people comb the coil to come straight out. Then your coil is going to stick off base. But if you work with the base of that coil and just pretty much bring the coil down, then it stays on base and it works and it lays flat to the head, because that's pretty much how you want it to lay. Some people do want the freeform locks they're a little more fluffy, but then there are certain people that want them to just lay flat. So everybody doesn't want the coolio look. So that comes along also with your consultation to understand how full or how flat or pretty much how we want to go. Normally these days in 2016, each client wants their hair extremely full of locks. So that's another reason why I do the C-parting, because then you can have different variations of styling and different things that go along with it. You can part the hair down the middle, take it down to the side, diagonal, curves, whatever the case may be. You can do it at that point when you use the C-parting versus the block parting or the diamond parting, because those kind of have more of a line asymmetric aspect to them. So it can be a little more blockish in those, but that's fine. Again, nothing wrong with those. You can still work with those and they'll still give you a greater outcome. Longevity and versatility is pretty much your focus. Also, thinking about your on base to off base pretty much just give you a healthy look also. That first coil that you see when you first come to me, you're just looking at a curl pattern. You're not looking at what the lock is going to look like going forward, because you have to wait for that dead shaded hair to actually fold into that lock and give that lock the fullness and the texture that you're used to seeing when you look at everybody else's locks. So right now what you see is just the beginning factor. Right now what I want you to focus on, not the coil, but focus on the part. That's the most important part of getting that lock started. So you're going to coil it, you're going to get it going, this is going to look great, and they're going to feel like somebody because of the product that you use. The product that I use kept my locks bouncy, kept it flowing, and it was full from a loose curl pattern all the way down to a tight curl pattern. It did not matter, as long as that was a curl pattern to work with. Lastly, the thing that I want people to know is that I educate every single client that walks through my chair. So before leaving, after you finish this up, I advise you to come in every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks is very important. That's a good time for you to come in to actually get it taken care of, to do what you have to do on your locking phase. Spraying your hair twice a week with an oil, which I send you home with an oil. You have to go home with something to administrate that hydration level. I need you to help me balance that thing out, because if you don't help that balance out with those dead shaded hairs that go into the hair, you can rob that hair of moisturization and oxygen and everything else going forward. So make sure that you're adding that moisturization, and make sure that you're advising those clients on what's needed. Like I said, I send every single client home with some oil, and I advise them twice a week. This is your best friend. So you tell your boo and your friends and all that, whoever else is over there, I don't care, you need to oil that scalp. And don't overdo it. Don't oil the hair, oil the scalp. Put that oil into the scalp to help those sebaceous glands and keep that moisturization and hydration going. Because there's two different things here. You got moisturization, you got hydration. Moisturization, you're going to get at your shampoo bowl from your conditioner and everything that's going to go along with that. Your hydration, you're going to get from your oils and everything. That's just an assistant to the moisturization that you have going on. So don't think that those things run hand in hand. Those things are two different things. They work two different ways, okay? buildups and all of that. We're not gonna talk about that because we're not gonna use healthy products. So right now, those things are not important because your hair is gonna start off with just a light free form, and at the end of that service, you're just gonna have a soft mist of oil. They're gonna go straight to the scalp and work with the sebaceous glands and everything that scalp needs to infuse that hair into the cuticle layer and every other layer of hair. Of the hair that you need to go into. So paying attention to that coiling and that beginning phase of the starter lock just to get it going is a good thing. You want to advise yourself and your client what's going on, how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. They're going to have many questions like, how long is it going to take to lock? What can I do to this? Ooh, I can't wait for my first style. The whole nine. So just paying attention to how you get that thing started is how they will finish. And I think that if you just take your time and be patient with what you got, your clients will be patient with you, and you guys will have a greater outcome. So work with this, pay attention, get you some people and practice on. I want you to take that comb and just manipulate it. Get quick with it. See how easy I can rotate that thing. And just start playing with it. Do whatever you have to do. If you drop it, pick it back up. Get back on that bike and try again. Because you can work with it. And this comb is lightly in my hand. It didn't take much for me to pull that out. I'm not holding it tight, twisting it. It's lightly in my fingers, just working so that you don't get carpal tunnel. Look at how my arm is moving. Like nothing is happening there that's causing me to be in any type of pain. Just regular flipping of the comb. Use all of your fingers, caterpillar effect, and just work with it. And there you go. It's that easy. So you're going to get tangled a few times. So if your client turn around and slap you, don't count me because I ain't got nothing to do with it. So just pull the hair out, work with it, and go forward and keep on going. Just keep on trying. It took me a while. But once I finally got it, we was good. So just for you guys to know real quick, I put this out there. I've been doing hair 13 years. Yes, 13. And it took me 13 years to get here to learn all of these things and to make sure that I'm able to give you the integrity of what's going to happen going forward. So now that I'm sharing this with you, I really want you guys to be as successful as I am when it comes to this. So get you some combs, get whatever you need. If you need me to send you some, call me, I got you. I will make sure you get this comb, make sure you get this solution, and we can manipulate together. And we're going to start locks all across this world and make them look phenomenal. Okay? Good luck.